So right now we're building tooling to support the developer experience. We're expanding the scope of our automated testing. We're looking at expanding initiatives such as bounties and grant programs for ecosystem development, startup incubation for various solvable pain points where people starting up a service will enable people to transact easier and work around bottlenecks. So we're focused a lot on supporting the developer experience, which means investing in documentation, making it easier for builders to build on top, and also attracting talented builders to come and commit their scarce and precious time to our ecosystem versus the other things they might do with their skills, whether it's Rust or financial engineering or any of this stuff. We need to attract the scarce and precious talent that can really go anywhere. Well, why would you work on shitcoin number 437? You wouldn't. But if you believed it was the future of XYZ and you cared about XYZ, then you might. And so as we navigate that process, we're laying out not just the features that we've already committed to and are extremely underway and well advanced in terms of completion. Black Tiger has been a leader in the test net. And we've got 16 people in there helping to debug and write bug reports, and we're really trying to demonstrate a higher level of quality than we've ever been able to execute before. Small team, no resources, all that stuff, typical startup type of story, but even worse because it's a volunteer thing, not a startup, so we can't even throw money at things because there's a million overfunded startups that have the money and then they can't execute, and then it's bad for all the investors involved. And so this bootstrap approach has enabled us to really have a flexible structure where we can kind of take a wait and see approach as far as where the market goes and not have to have a crystal ball. And so at the core protocol level, we have E3 all the way out to I think 7 or 8. It gets a little hazier through there as far as when different features and functionality will come through. So we're working hard on getting the ECK testnet up. We're working on the epigraph, which is the first part of Eon. I'm deliberately dropping little hints about the things that are coming on the subway, but our main focus is on, for right now, ECK, because that's the test net, the canary network that enables us to bring the features that we want to bring into versions 5, 6, 7, 8, and beyond into ECK and figure out what breaks, handle all those weird edge cases, and find and fix problems before they go into Epic. So we want to have ECK serve as the like the Litecoin test net function that Litecoin as the little brother of has served for Bitcoin Core. That's ECK, or like Polkadot's relation to Kusama. Those are inspirational models for how we designed that. And so I would say short term, it's all hands on deck on getting E3 out the door. And beyond that, additional features and functionality will come into E4 and 5. We're trying to look at new algorithms such as random ARM for the mobile chipsets. That'll open up 8 billion mobile phones and tablets. Also, proof of space-time will come out in ECK first. Proof of space-time is essentially using the storage space on the disk to farm using like 99% less electricity than the proof of work mining as an example. So it gives us a path to a greener alternative, and we'll see how that works out. And the multi-algorithm approach gives us the flexibility to test out different configurations and see how it goes. So right now we don't need a lot of scalability. The network can only do 17 transactions a second, but we know how to take that much, much more through primarily two mechanisms. One is shrinking the block time from 60 seconds now down to quite a bit less. We know down to 10 seconds is safe and probably considerably shorter than that. And we also can take the block size up, which it's right now 1 megabyte, and we can take it to 2 to 4 to 8 to 16 to 32 to 64 and so on. And so we don't know where those limits are, but we're going to find them and stress test the network and really have our cake and eat it too in terms of a flexible design that can really scale Epic doesn't need to do everything like all these other chains. On one chain, all it has to be is the most efficient settlement layer for all the other economic activity that's based on it. So in addition to E3 at the protocol level, the other major initiative is the E1 wrapped Epic token, which uses WAN chain to enable a user to wrap their Epic coin into an Avalanche token and trade it on DeFi platforms like Trader Joe or Pangolin, or do yield farming or any of this. And so by bridging in a decentralized way that doesn't compromise on the security properties as far as trustlessness and permissionlessness and censorship resistance and so on. The model for E1 is wrapped Bitcoin or WBTC, but of course there, if the custodian has a security incident or a hack, or you know, fraud or whatever, gets sued, there's all kinds of cases where the money could disappear underlying the token, and so the market, as an investor, you have to price in that risk. Well, with E1 you don't have to price that risk in, because you'd have to compromise the entire network of WAN chain nodes, which has been running flawlessly for years and is likely to continue, and it's much harder to compromise a decentralized network of nodes that's really expensive and difficult to attack for not a lot of money. Why would you do that, right? Versus taking down a single company with maybe a lawsuit or some scandal or some, you know, who knows what crazy thing. And so by eliminating risk, we think capital will flow to our alternatives, to the proven market leaders, and over time we should be able to grow and take market share from them. So right now E1 and E3 are the major focus points.
Perfect. 7 minutes.